Yeah, so AEM, in my current organization, it plays a key role. So most of our customer-facing web applications are deployed on AEM. So it pretty much, it's our go-to platform for all our external-facing websites. The healthcare industry, includes several key web-facing features like Find a Doctor and, our patients and other audiences come to our sites and book their appointments for care and all that stuff. And we also have host kidshealth.org. So that is the number one kids health related, pediatric related health content site in US. So that's hosted on AEM, and that's a big success story with Adobe as well. So yeah, we've been on-prem AEM for the last decade. So we are moving to cloud. So that's ongoing project now. So we are completely going to cloud. Yeah, I think I can say many things. So it's definitely, I've been involved with this product right from the days as a developer myself. So I have worked with other content management systems, before started working on AEM. So I think the key advantage of using AEM is really how well it integrates with the ecosystem of the marketing stack. I don't think so there's any other product out there in the industry that can beat that. It truly becomes that core pillar, around that marketing stack in the industry. Sure, and it's easy to deploy sites. The total cost of ownership that I think definitely was resolved by going to cloud. I can definitely say that. You can really do a lot of cool things. There's absolutely nothing you can do on AEM. I can say that. Yeah. And also, it's a well-engineered product. So it's powered by open source stack like Apache Sling, OSGI, and all that stuff. That definitely gives it the edge on the performance side. I think some of the key things that can be done better is today we have more like a point solutions for different things like personalization. We have Target, and for email marketing we have Adobe Campaign, Marketo, and all that kind of stuff. But truly, I have worked both as an implementation partner for Adobe as well as now I'm a client of Adobe. So being in both those shoes, I can say that we can do a lot better in terms of beefing up the capabilities of AEM, bringing personalization and search and content search experience more closer together with AEM. So that way, I think it would definitely put AEM in a different league if we can bring all those personalization capabilities together, right? I think initially the content management systems, that market was meant to serve static sites. It kind of never matured into that full scale content personalization being married together. So I think that's one area where if those integrations, rather than being point solutions, if those capabilities can be made more native to AEM, I think it would definitely be a big sell for a lot of customers. I think, yeah. 10. It's not out. I think it's definitely well suited for any large scale, website deployments. Be it the scale, performance. I think it will, organizations don't need to really worry about, be it the way, especially speaking for AEM Cloud, you have CDN available, right? If you're really deploying multi-region sites spread across the world, you can definitely don't need to worry about bringing a new CDN. It all comes out of the box. You don't need to worry about latency or anything of that sort. So I think it definitely works well for any of the large-scale deployments. And Where it may not suit is if you really have more transactional sites. I think things of, your AEM is more like a stateless in nature, so it may not suit well for those use cases, right? You can't build a banking application on AEM, right? But you can always build the, customer experience pages on AEM even for banking. But when it comes to, you have to log into the bank portal, you always, it has to take you away to the core banking application to move away from there. So yeah, that's where I think it may not be suitable. Yeah. I think it definitely plays a key role for my organization because nowadays everything is online, right? People have to find care. They have to go to our website, based on different conditions they have. They have to find the right doctor or provider, to get their healthcare support for their children. So I think we have great integration between AEM and our search platform. It really, provides the best experience for our patients and friends to get their health support. So I think I have explored other products like .cms and then Contentful, and in the past I have worked on other legacy CMS. So definitely AEM. I don't think so. There's any competition near AEM when it comes to that full-blown CMS capabilities. We do have other products that does well in certain areas, but it doesn't. None of those come really with that 100% capabilities what you would need on an enterprise CMS. But with that said, I think where the industry is evolving, I think AEM the product team of AEM should definitely think about making personalization and search experience, all that stuff being baked into the CMS capabilities. So that way, there would definitely be better value add to the customers. Right now, I know organizations really struggle on the operational aspects of having a separate personalization solution, a separate search platform. You can solve a lot of those problems if you really bring all of that together into CMS. Usability, I would say around 6. It's been a concern all along. When it comes to so Adobe launched Touch UI experience, a few years back. I think it's been 4 to 5 years now. I didn't see much improvements in terms of usability. So there's definitely there's room for improvement there, especially around our authoring team. They really struggle when it comes to finding things in DAM or navigating easily to pages. It's always a struggle for them. I think the overall authoring user experience, the way authoring UI, the way it is set up can be optimized. I think in its current state, I don't think so it is that well set up. Yeah, it can be definitely be redesigned for sure. So I would say definitely core components is definitely made things much better when it comes to approaching our component development principles and all that stuff. Other things I like about AEM is how well it is integrated with the DAM. Right? It definitely is a very powerful feature. All the workflows that you can build around DAM, on your content governance process, even when it comes to publishing the pages, that's definitely a big plus. And I definitely think other features like MSM is a key thing, how easily you can roll out for different language sites, right? All that stuff is definitely great. Other things, I definitely like the architecture of AEM, mostly speaking the underneath architecture like Apache Sling and OSJ and all that stuff. That's been its strength all along, right? So I can say that if I had to integrate with any of our enterprise platforms, it's definitely easily doable with AEM, right? We don't need to really struggle with integrating AEM with other platforms. So that's really been its strength. So I think it's both yes and no. Sometimes it is yes, it makes sense for large brands. They can definitely afford the cost. I think for mid and small firms, I think the cost is still a concern. But I would say I think people still stick to AEM because there is no other competition. But I think for a period of time, I think the cost needs to reset. I think to meet those mid and small tier organizations. Yeah. As far as value, I think sometimes it feels expensive in cases where if you are just having a not full-blown marketing stack, just having sites deployed may not bring much value unless you have the complete stack built around. Well, I think sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. So not always what we see in the demo works in the real world. I have run into that many times. There's definitely, I think that goes with any software platform where takes time to tune it. Once you launch it, it probably take a year or so to fine tune that. Yes. Oh yeah.